Wel, dit is 'n lekker Dinsdag #Travel Tuesday wat beteken ons reis reg rondom die wêreld. So ons het 'n misterieuse stad, ons het 'n paar leidrade. So see if you can guess where our mystery city is this morning as we travel around the world. It's where in the world. So let the games begin. Here's your first clue. Now this morning we are looking for the name of the second largest city in Egypt. The city is known as the Pearl of the Mediterranean for its Greco-Roman landmarks, old world cafes and sandy beaches. Okay, that's your first clue. Second clue, our mystery location this morning is not only known for being the city Cleopatra called home, it is also best known as home to Pharos, the name of the famous city lighthouse. Okay, it's included in the 7 wonders of the ancient world. There's a big clue for you right there. Now, did you know that the Pharos was the very first lighthouse, all right, to be constructed in the world, and construction started already in 120 BC, and it took 20 years to complete. So a lot of history in our mystery city this morning. And then our last clue this morning, the city's renowned Pompeii pillar also rises from the ruins of the ancient and famous temple of Serapis. Now, this was once used to store the overflow of manuscripts from the city's ancient Great Library. So there are your clues. See if you can guess where in the world, and then get those guesses onto our Facebook page, #Expresso Show. We'll run you through those answers and see if you guessed it right this morning. But we're sticking to the travel trend right now. It is Tuesday, of course, travel time. And as travel trends develop and grow, we invite back into the studio Ozzy to chat about transformative travel and unique experiences in Cape Town. Ozzy, lovely to have you, my brother. How are you doing?
Hi, very well, thanks.
Cool,
how are you?
Man. Always excited to talk about travel, and especially when it comes to the mother city, because
Exactly.
we have such a beautiful backyard to explore. But listen, how do you think that the South African travel experience wish list has kind of changed over the past couple of years?
I think the whole travel industry changed actually globally to a place where the tourists are not looking to tick the destinations of a travel wish list. They want to actually leave the city they visit and feel it and experiencing it actually from the local perspective. Unfortunately, it is not possible to have this experience actually with only the typical classic the tour packages. People need to get involved with more local people and like meet local people and, you know, experience the city from the local perspective, to be honest.
Absolutely, man. So I love this new type of travel concept, transformative travel. So we can say it's not like a local, but with the locals. And for me, having traveled around the world, I think that is the number one thing that I always went to. My go-to is that I meet up with the locals, you know, I try and befriend them and, you know, let them take you around, you know, and experience the city, immerse yourself into the environment where you are. But it is difficult if you think you've got a very short amount of time to do that. So I mean, how would you classify this with the locals kind of travel experience, and what advice would you give?
To be honest, traveling like local still applies. But what about going one step further and actually experience the city with local? Beginning of this actually year, we launched our new exciting actually, let's say, product called the Cape Town Legends. And what we do, we actually introduce you with interesting characters living in Cape Town and allows you to actually meet the local people and experience it completely a different perspective,
And like you said, get the feel of the city. And that is very, very important for me when I travel as well. You want to experience the city for what it is, well, not only the tourist destinations. So if you take a look at Cape Town with this new type of travel, what are the top 3 things that you think we should do?
Okay, it's actually really hard because we have a long list. We have amazing people in our list, but personally, I really love meeting one of the most famous graffiti artists, Mark One, and do the city walk with checking the street art of Cape Town. And for people who are interested in politics, we can arrange actually a coffee meeting with Zapiro in his actually studio to talk about the South African, you know, the politics, and also Amy Kleinhans. We can actually offer you have high tea with her and talk about what happened 30 years ago in this country. Music enthusiast people, we have bands living in a house. After your dinner, we can take you to actually band's house, which you can meet the band member and have your private concerts. Or we have Michelle, who is an old rally driver and a car collector. you can actually meet her at Crossley and Webb and have a car conversation and have an opportunity to actually take a ride with one of her actually Porsche in her collection.
Okay.
And yeah, the sort of things.
So there's those kind of things. I think this is very exciting. Ozzy, thank you very much for joining us. It's just giving us a bit of an insight into this new way of traveling, transformative traveling. Get in there with the locals, befriend them, and then really experience the city for what it can offer. I think it is such an important part of when you do travel. So I guess if you are going to be traveling to the mother city, if you want to do this type of traveling experience, even if you're coming from wherever, maybe other parts of the country, do your research and find out what it is that you really want to get into and find out about the mother city. Love it, man. Transformative travel. Let us think about let us know what you think about this type of traveling, because I mean, transformative travel, befriending a local, is this something that you would do? Let us know.